Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're back on our Minecraft SMP. I wanted to start off at the beginning of the video with an update on how I've been progressing with the Goosehenge build since the last video. So, as you can see from the overview here, I did a lot of work just adding little subtle details. I replaced a lot of the cobblestone that I'd been using with mossy cobblestone and added some vines. I came through here and added some texture by bone mealing the ground because it was just a flat grass surface. I've made some path blocks, which I'll probably, swap out here and there as I feel like I need to. And I didn't really showcase all of the structures that I built in the last episode, just the last couple, as well as those two the geese over there in the corner. But yeah, it's a really cool view of the whole area just up here. As I've gone along, I've been trying to work out some more of these details so that the world feels more lived in and not artificial. One of the things I did since the last episode was construct this cubic Nether portal. I'm really happy with this. Now, if you come through here, it just falls down. So the functionality at the moment is, it gets you to the Nether, but there's nothing much going on over here. This is an area I really want to work on in the upcoming episodes. I'm gonna need to probably dismantle some of my my hill over there to move the things over. Oh, hello, that I want. I hope you didn't grief my blocks. I hope you didn't grief my blocks, good sir. You didn't, did you? I'm not gonna look at you, but you didn't, right? Okay. We like Endermen around here. However, they have this tendency to take things that don't belong to them. Anyway, I just wanted to start off by showing the little detailing I've been doing here on Goosehenge, and as we move forward, I'm going to be making more subtle detailing efforts here and there. So I want to start off this video by doing the upstairs here. Now, this isn't a big space to work with, but I want to just make it more than just a room with 4 walls. So there's some detailing that I need to get done before we can proceed with the rest of the builds outside. So if you'll give me a quick second, I will get right on that. So I'm part of the way doing some detailing over in my starter house, and I've hit a bit of a block. So I'm going to head through the Nether over to a village that's, it's about 800-ish blocks that way. And we're going to be going via Crow's base because earlier today, Crow and I linked up our bases via the Nether. So it's actually a lot closer than I thought. It's going to be a lot easier to get to and from each other's bases using the Nether. So I need to go for a specific thing I want to do in my bedroom area. I need a bell. So I'm going to go get one. Oh, there's 2. They have 2. Well, I'll just take one. Leave the other one for Crow. I'll be back for a couple of you guys another time. Okay, so we're back at the starter base, and what I have been working on is the upstairs area to this downstairs area, based on actually a little detail was shared with me that this would look a lot better if it was faced the other way. It looks like an empty bookshelf, and I couldn't agree more. This just looks so much better. I've gotten a lot of nice compliments on my banner here that I'm using as a towel, and I switched up this was just a plank before. I switched up for a barrel so that I can actually store food in it. That way I can keep my food storage separate from any other storage. I've started to fill these in. They're not organized in any particular way, but they're something. And now we come up here. So I've done a little bit of work, and I'll just start explaining things piece by piece. But let's start with the walls. So before, these were all just one solid strip of glass panes, and I've now interwoven full glass blocks into it. I saw in a video from Mumbo Jumbo, and I can't remember who he gave credit to on this, but I saw in one of Mumbo's videos that interlocking these creates this depth of space, and like just allows for more texture in your otherwise textureless window. So I thought this was really neat, and it created a little bit more just more for the eye to capture as you're taking all of this in. I created some blue and pink banners for ambiance. I thought it looked like a sunset, and considering that when you're laying in bed you get the sunset in that wall or in that window, I thought that was really cool, like a cool touch. The only thing I could have maybe done was put it on this wall, but you sort of get the picture. It's a mirror of it in that way. Then it comes to one of my favorite details of this room. Over here, I used a plank to simulate a sort of fabricated bedside table. But as you can see, I have a water bottle here on the bedside table that I've done a little bit of item frame trickery. So I actually did this with the walls as well, using iron bars all the way around. Using the statues mod that we have available through Vanilla Tweaks, I was able to do some item frame trickery and make the item frames disappear. So it just creates this illusion of just these bars and this sort of like wallpaper almost around the outer, the bottom rim. Could sort of be like lower trim, like baseboard trim. And so I've done that thing with like a bedside table with some water on it, so in case I get thirsty while I'm sleeping. So, and like I said I would do during last episode, I integrated a blast furnace in here to create a full fireplace experience. I've had a little portrait, or not a portrait, but like a painting for fun. And then over here, the pièce de résistance, the grandfather clock. This is what I was going to go get the bell for. It's my first attempt at making a grandfather clock, so please don't roast me too hard. But I think I did a pretty good job despite the setbacks I've had, and it's working. It's a working clock, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, this is what I've been working on over the last little bit. This took me about, I don't know, 30-40 minutes. Oh, and how could I forget the moss carpet, just for just a little bit more color in this room. And I've added some glowstone on both the roof of this room, or the ceiling of this room, and under this moss carpet right here. That way it sort of I don't have any need for torches anymore in here, and so it's much more naturally lit. I also replaced the 2 blue carpets that were here with some moss carpet. So this starter base I'm going to consider to be complete. I might toss a chest in, or a barrel somewhere in here, but I honestly can't see where I would do it. I've done a lot in this room, and I don't think I need a ton more storage space in this building in particular. What I might do then is just start building a proper storage area, which is, you know, in order of operations is probably a good next step for like a functional build that would expand upon my current base setting. For now, what I'm going to do is turn my attention towards the Nether cube I made earlier while off camera. So we're going to cut over to there, where I'm going to be working on some aesthetics for it. Okay, so I'm over at the Nether cube, and I've already taken care of delighting a couple of the portals so that I can do the next step, which is to add water around all of the outside edges. So my plan with this is to put water sources all around the outside, and then put, oh, I was 1 short, maybe 2 short. I gotta get a couple more. So my plan is to put water sources to make a waterfall all around the outer rim here, and then to put glass panes up in the middle to hold the water sources in. So let me get these all in here. I think I've done it. Yeah, I think I've done it. So now what I need are a bunch of glass panes, because I need to make sure that the water stays in a line like I want it. So I've got tons of glass panes, and I think this should work. In theory, this should work really well. So I just want to see if it does in practice. Unfortunately, I need to break that one. Let's see. This is kind of precarious. I did that wrong. This is not going necessarily the way that I planned. Oh, I put it too far over. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I need to break the glass, and I don't have a silk touch pickaxe, so this is awkward. Okay, so I have more glass, so let's see what I can do to sort of clean this up a bit. It looks like I missed a spot. That's not where I wanted it to be. This is complicated. There it is. I think I've got it all the way up. So in theory, I could drop down here. Yeah, this is open. Yeah, all right. But now how do I get out? Wait, what? How curious. Okay. I'm confused. I think I need to put a bunch of source blocks in there. My goal was to have like cascading water down because there's 2 blocks here, right? No. Oh, I guess it's a block and a half, isn't it? Okay, so now it's a bunch of source blocks up top. Okay, so I have a source block up top that is wow, it's all spilling out that way too. Water physics are weird, and I guess I'm just not fully understanding how this is meant to work. Maybe I have to build more. I might need to build more infrastructure down the sides just to sort of to stop this from doing what it's doing. I'm really kind of baffled by all of this. I thought this would be a lot simpler than it's turning out to be. I've got my little column right down the middle, and it looks like if I fill this with different source blocks, I can make like a sort of a quick bubble, a quick elevator. This is becoming more complicated than I intended it to be. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill the glass column with source blocks. From here, I'll be able to get an easy way up, in theory. This is, water physics are so weird. I think it's all filled now. Yeah, it's all filled. Okay. Okay, so now I have a column that's filled all the way. Oh, no, there is a gap right here. There's a gap right here. Okay, now it's filled. Okay. Okay, so I now have a bubble column. Hold on, let me just take a step back. Okay, so now I have not a bubble column, but I have a water source column of glass right down the middle of this cube. So if I hop in, I'll be able to go all the way down unimpeded. Nope, we're in air. This is air. I am so confused. Have I done it? Okay. So now I have a full column. I have a full column all the way down. So now what I need to do is I need to block off every way other than the way that I want to enter and exit. I think I'm going to treat this. I wonder if I'll be able to turn that into a bubble elevator, like up. I think that could be a really interesting way up eventually. But for now, it's just an aesthetic thing. And I could have used different glass, and maybe I'll change out the glass in the future if I get different colored glass. I think what I'm going to do to make it all uniform up top is make this go up higher. And so once this is all connected at the same height as the portals, then it'll start to make sense, I think, like aesthetic wise. So now we have this up here, and it'll eventually all make sense. I'm going to cap this with something, probably obsidian. I'll probably cap it with more obsidian, or like purple wool or purple terracotta or something, like glazed purple terracotta. And I'll be able to make, or purple glass could be good too. And then I'll be able to make a really cool like nether portal-esque thing. Okay, so for this thing, it definitely needs more done underneath it. Honestly, I've spent more time on this than I intended to. I think I'm gonna pass the buck to the next episode, or to a later episode, because I'm losing steam on this thing really quick. This is becoming more trouble than it's worth at the moment, and I need to wrap my head around it a little bit more before I fully tackle this project. So for now, I think I'm going to call it an episode. If you made it to this point in the episode, thank you. I really appreciate you watching, and I appreciate that you're continuing to watch this series. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.